name is Emma Morris and I'm your host for today's Only Fools and Horses Quiz Part 2 Answers. I hope you all had fun doing these quizzes because I enjoy doing them. So today, yesterday was yesterday was the final day to put your answers to Quiz Part 2. I can't get my answers out today. So let's move on to the answers, shall we? So series 1, I said I was going to be talking about Big Brother, Go West Young Man, and Russians Are Coming. So Big Brother. So this was the first ever episode to be shown on BBC One. Okay, let's move on to question 1. At the beginning of the episode, who are Grandad and Rodney arguing over, and who does Del Boy say the real name of the actor is? So Grandad and Rodney were arguing over an actor called Sidney Poitier or Potter. They were arguing about this actor's name, and Del said, well, I say it's Harry Belafonte. Yeah. Question 2. How come Del Boy and Rodney can't open the briefcase that triggers so to the boys? Well, in fact, the combination was inside the briefcase. That's why they couldn't open it. So they end up chucking all the briefcases in the river. Yeah. Question 3. What burger did Rodney get for Grandad, which made him unhappy? He got him a cheeseburger, and Grandad said, "Oh, can't get anything right, he got me a bleeding cheeseburger." And Del Boy just started force-feeding it him. What's that? For Grandad. He actually wanted an emperor burger. Okay. Number 4. When Rodney leaves to go abroad and eventually comes back, where in France did he inform Del he got Faraz? And the answer is Saint-Tropez. The last question this round was, why was Rodney not able to reach his destination? The plonker didn't take his passport with him, that's why. So this is the second episode, Go West Young Man. So the first question in this one was, Rodney was having girlfriend problems in this episode. What was the name of his girlfriend? So it was Monica. Number 2, Del Boy decides to buy a second-hand car from Boyce. What make of car did he buy? And the answer is Ford, and it's a Cortina GT convertible. You can have Ford, and you can have that if you got the full answer. Okay. Question 3. Whilst trying to sell the car to a potential buyer, what did Del put in the glove compartment and then claim that it had been there by a previous owner? Well, Del put in the Bible and said it was from a vicar. That he put it was a previous buyer. Question 4. Del claimed that Roger Moore had one of the cocktails in Live and Let Die, a James Bond film. When Rodney ordered half a lager, what was the waiter's response? So this is a response he said, "Oh, half a lager. Reg Verney had one of them on Holiday on the Buzzes." True facts about Holiday on the Buzzes. My auntie was an extra on Holiday on the Buzzes. So I'm famous in my family. Some people know about that, some don't. So that's a fun fact about Holiday on the Buzzes. Okay, number 5. On what did Del write the telephone number of the 2 girls that they both chatted up at a nightclub, and what did Rodney do with them? So you can have 2 points for this if you got these. Cigarette packet, and he thrown them away. And then they crashed into another car. Yes, the guy who bought the Ford Cortina from Del. Okay, so this was the last episode in series 1. So this is The Russians Are Coming. So number 1 was, what type of shelter did Del Boy and Rodney make from the consignment of lead they purchased? And the answer is nuclear fallout shelter. Okay, if you've got a nuclear shelter, you can have that. But the answer is nuclear fallout shelter. Question 2. How many minutes did Rodney say that they had to get to the shelter in the event of a nuclear attack? So the answer to this is 4 minutes. Question 3. They bump into 2 policemen in the trial run to get to the shelter in time, but they don't make it. Can you recall both names of the policemen? So this is quite a hard one. So you get 2 points if you got these 2 answers. Eric and Wayne. Eric was a policeman who was talking to Del and Rodney, and Wayne was the one who was messing around with the car siren. Question 4. Whereabouts did the boys end up from the shelter? So the answer is the roof of the flat. So you can have the roof of the Nelson Mandela house. You can have that. Number 5. Whilst telling everyone goodnight in the shelter, what did Rodney say that made Del boy say, "Shut up, Rodney"? Good night, John boy. I love that song. Okay, so that is the last section on series 1. Moving on to series 2. So I said I'll be talking about the long legs of the law, no greater love, and the touch of glass. Touch of Glass is one of my favourite episodes. Okay, the long legs of the law. When Grandad couldn't find his teeth, where did Rodney suggest that he looked for them? He said to him, "Have you checked your mouth?" Question 2. What type of sandwich did Grandad make Del in this episode? And the answer is a bacon sandwich. Oh, I've just had a bacon sandwich. It's making me hungry now. I've just had one. Question 3. Can you recall the name of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that Rodney took the policewoman to see? And the answer is The Exterminator. Question 4. During the scene in the cafe, what did Del tell Sid he had for his breakfast? And the answer is, in fact, he said at first a packet of biscuits and a cup of tea. And then Sid said, "What did you really have?" So this section one saying no is not the answer. The first thing he said was a packet of biscuits and a cup of tea. If you got that, you get the point. Okay. So the long list was sausage, bacon, double egg, beans and tomatoes, mushrooms, black pudding and chips, 3 teas, 2 bread, and the bread was toasted. Okay. So number 5. How many hours did the boys have to move everything from their flat before the policewoman that Rodney was dating was coming over with their colleagues? And they had 24 hours. So, no greater love. I think this could be episode 3 or 4, this one. Okay. Question 1. What is the name of the older woman that Rodney falls in love with whilst trying to sell lingerie? And her name was Irene McKay. The woman who plays Irene McKay, she was in another comedy sitcom. What was On the Buses? I only realised that was the first time I saw this. So yeah, she's the one who liked Blake, but she liked other fellas. So number 2, when Rodney is talking to Irene on the phone, talking to her loved up, who does Rodney say was on the phone that shocked Del to the core? This is the funniest scene in this. Mickey Pierce. And the dog goes, "Mickey Pierce?" And Rodney goes, "Del, I'm in trouble." And he goes, "Oh, don't want to know." Okay, number 3. What is the name of Rodney's girlfriend's husband who we meet later on in the episode? And his name is Tommy McKay. Okay, true or false? Number 4. Does he win the fight against the person in question 3? False. Del wins the fight against Tommy McKay. Okay. Number 5. What's the name of Rodney's new girlfriend towards the end of the episode? That says Zoe. And this is the last episode of series 2, and this is The Touch of Glass. Now, this is one of my favourite episodes. It's so funny. Okay, question 1. What did Dell purchase a consignment of at the auction? And the answer to this is a musical porcelain cat. You can have musical cats or musical porcelain cats. Any of them will do. Question 2. What song or tune did the items in question 1 play? And the answer is, how much is that dog in the window? Question 3. Can you recall the name of the dog's home that Dell claimed would be a mistake by North Korean people as a takeaway restaurant? And the answer is Battersea Dog's Home. Question 4. Can you recall the surname of the lady whose car had broken down on a country road? And the answer is Lady Richmere. I don't know why I'm saying that name posh. Ridgemere. I think I've got that right. Okay, number 5. What did the boys break in this episode during the scene? They couldn't laugh as they would have been sacked on the spot. But it was Grandad's fault. I'm unlocking it now, Dell. No! Yeah, it was a crystal chandelier. It's lots and lots of money. And it's funny, they just ran off. And this old guy goes, have you got our address? He goes, nope. Bye. Okay, so moving on to series 3. Like I said, I'll be talking about Homesick, May the Force be with you, and Who's the Pretty Boy then? Okay, Homesick. Number 1. Which fruit is Dell trying to sell in the market, which later on you see loads in the flat? And the answer is oranges. Number 2. What does Trigger always call Rodney in this ep, which annoys Rodney? And the answer is Dave. Question 3. When the doctor comes to see Grandad at the flat, which racing horse, also the name of a Russian ballet dancer, the doctor said Grandad had legs like? Answer is Nijinsky. Okay, number 4. What is the name of the woman who helps to get the boys a new home and later agrees to go and have a drink with Dell, only to end up in disaster? And the answer is Miss Mackenzie. I was going to put the first name, but you can have Miss Mackenzie. If you got the first name, you get a point anyway. Okay, number 5. Why did the boys lose their new home? And the answer is Grandad faked being ill with his legs and he got up to answer the door. That was funny. And they were like dancing, my old man. Do, 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 do. I can't remember the rest of the song. But they do that dance around the flat. And that Ronnie's going, got better, haven't you? Okay, so next episode is May the Force be with you. So I think this episode was the 3rd or the 4th, I think. Not sure. Okay, so number 1. Who do we see Rodney speaking to in the pub at the very start of the episode? The very start. And the answer is Trigger. Question 2. What stolen item did Slater ask Trigger about? And the answer is microwave. Number 3. What did Grandad think the item in question 2 was? He thought it was a TV set because he was trying to get the Dukes of Hazzards on it. Oh my god. Okay, number 4. True or false? Slater had his own father arrested for having a detective light on his bike. And the answer is true. He had his own father arrested for having a light on his bike. Question 5. How did Slater describe the illegal substance that Rodney had been caught and charged with possession of when he was at the art college? Moroccan woodbine. Okay, so this is the last episode of series 2. So I better laugh because my rabbit's, look at my hand. Okay, so this is Who's a Pretty Boy then. Okay, number 1. Dale gave Rodney a sign to put over the parking meter outside the pub. What was written over it? The answer was out of order. Number 2. What type of bird did Denzel and his wife keep at his flat? And it was a canary. Number 3. What colour was the bird in question 2? It's yellow. It's a yellow canary. A yellow canary. Yellow canary. What happened to the bird in this episode? It died, but the boys in this episode thought they killed him with the steam and condensation. So Dale gave money to Grandad to go to the pet shop to get a yellow canary. Yeah. Yellow canary, yellow canary. Number 5. Who do we see for the first time towards the end of the episode? Who runs a Nag's Head? Mike, the landlord. Or you can have his actor's name as well if you want to put that down. Round 2. I'll be talking about Boise and Trigger. So in this round, there'll be 10 questions, like I said. There'll be 10 questions on these. So there's 10 answers on each person. Okay, so this is all about Boise. Number 1. Which actor plays the role of Boise? And the answer is John. Is it Callis or Chalice? Something like that. Number 2. What is Boise's middle name? It's Aubrey. Aubrey. It is mentioned in Sickness and in Wealth. I think it's that one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, when they're having a seance and the woman eats a partridge. She says, is anyone called Aubrey? And the voice goes, I am here. Question 3. What is the name of his wife? And his name of his wife is Marlene. She has a curly hair, frizzy hair. Number 4. What is the name of his son? And the answer is Tyler. Number 5. What is his job? And he is a car salesman. Number 6. When do we see Boise appear on our screens for the very first time? And it's actually the second episode of series 1, and that's Go West, Young Man. Number 7. True or false? His character was in Rock and Chips series, and the answer is true, because I went to the same school as kids, so it was in the Rock and Chips. Number 8. Which other comedy series do we see Boise again after Only Fools and Horses? And the answer is Green Grass. Number 9. Which special do we see him come to stay with the Trotters as he gets kicked out by his mother-in-law? And the answer to this is Strangers on the Shore. Because he has this funny smell in his hair. Was it like, I think it was either girl, was it garlic or something what was in his hair? I think it was hairspray, something like that. But they put like either onions or garlic in his hair and it smelled. Okay, number 10, the last question this was, what's the name of both parents of Boyce? Now this is a trick question because their names were never mentioned, but I can give you a Mr. and Mrs. Boyce if you got that. See, trick question there. They were never mentioned. Okay, now this is all about Trigger. Okay, which actor played the role of Trigger? Answer is the very late Roger Lloyd Pack. What a great actor he was. Yeah. He passed away, I think it was a year before they did the Comic Relief special with David Beckham. I loved him in Harry Potter. He was in Harry Potter. Number 2. Which episode do we see Trigger for the first time? And it was actually the very first episode of series 1, so it was Big Brother. Number 3, same again, what does Trigger always call Rodney? Now says Dave. Oh my God, it does run his head in every time. It says it in the very first episode as well. Hey, you Dave. He's like looking around, you calling Dave here. I think Ronnie's just got used to it. Just got used to him calling him Dave. Number 4. In the Jolly Boys outing special, what item did Trigger lose which made him sad? Oh, he lost his inflatable dolphin. Number 5. In the Heroes and Villains special, what did Trigger dress up for in the competition? And it was chauffeur. Number 6. True or false? His character was in Rock and Chips, and the answer is true. He was. Question 7, because he went to the same school as Del Boy. So question 7. What was Trigger's occupation? He was a road sweeper. Number 8. True or false? Trigger lived in Nelson Mandela House. Nope, he doesn't live in Nelson Mandela House. He lives close to the, I was going to say Queen Bee, Nag's Head. Number 9. What is the name of Trigger's niece who we see in T for 3? Answer is Lisa. Number 10. The last Only Fools and Horses special he appeared in, and it was Sleepless in Peckham. And that's it on the quiz. So thank you very much for everyone who's taken part in these quizzes. Now, the winner of quiz 2 is the one and only Chris Sherburn. He's won the very first Only Fools and Horses quiz I did. Well done, Chris. It's a close one between Chris and another team. Team Fools, or something like that. Team Fools. So thank you very much. It is close. There's like a couple of points before Chris. So, ooh, it's getting close. So watch out, Chris. You're in competition now. So yeah, quiz 3 will be put up tomorrow or Wednesday. It depends. I don't know if I'm going out tomorrow, but if I don't, I'll get it posted for tomorrow. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.